Hello my wildlings, and welcome back to Burrow for the Turnabout. In the last episode we barely managed to get out of court without a guilty verdict, and in this episode we're hoping to find more evidence to get an innocent verdict for poor little old Gideon, who is too adorable for prison. So we can't let that happen. Also, I'm going to apologise for there being no episode last week. I just couldn't find the time to get it recorded and edited. Fortunately, I did have some other stuff that I'd already recorded a while back and just was able to quickly edit. Also, I'm going to apologise in advance for the next few weeks because, again, my work schedule is ridiculous. So I may not be able to find the time. Again, I'm going to try. Obviously, I'm going to try. But I can't make any promises. Also, I'm working on my first ever D&D campaign that I'm going to be running. So that's going to be fun, but it's a lot of work too. Basically, I'm starting to run thin on free time, so I'm doing what I can. But I'm here now, and that's what's important. We're all here now. In the moment, ready to solve a case, I guess. Oh god, is the music going to be too loud again? Ah, okay, yeah, ow. It was. I thought it was just really quiet, so I turned it up. But no, it was just silent, and then ding, right in my ear. Ow. Anyway, you all set? Yeah, I'm good. Oh, what are we going to do now, Phoenix? We only have until tomorrow to find evidence that helps us. Yeah, I always thought that was a bit ridiculous, playing through all the games. I mean, we got really lucky, obviously, in the games of finding evidence, but still. That's not a good justice system. I mean, it makes for a better game, I suppose, so fair enough. Ugh, don't remind me. Oh, maybe we should start with Gideon and work our way up from there. You say Gideon's pretty low. I mean, I suppose he's in a pretty low place right now. Poor guy. Yeah, you're probably right. Come on, the day's already passing by. After you. How very courteous of you, thank you. Is there anything worth talking about? No, she's just going to say, let's go talk to Gideon, which I agree with. Let's go do that. ZPD Detention Centre, August 7th, 3:20 PM. I hope he has some lead we can follow. Oh, we can only hope. It's irritating how hope seems to be a large part of being a defence attorney. Oh, I bet Edgeworth doesn't have to put up with all this. Again, I haven't played the Edgeworth game, so I wouldn't know. But I imagine he does his best, all the time. That he can. The best he can. Anyway, barely scraping by with minimal clues. Oh, try uncovering a conspiracy run by the mayor without any ZPD support. Try facing the angry ghost of your dead, insane and completely deranged ex-girlfriend in court. What? Oh yeah. Yeah, that was pretty hellish, actually. Phoenix, Judy, good to see y'all. Gideon, how are you holding up? I'm alright, I guess. If you hadn't guessed, that'd be the phone. Back in a mo. Well, that seemed to be next to nothing. Oh, I'm moving my mic while talking. I shouldn't do that. It makes loud, annoying noises for people to listen to. Other than the loud, annoying noises that I make personally. Still. Where was I? Oh, yes. Mighty tired of these iron bars, though. I'm losing the accent. Not that I ever had it in the first place. Hopefully we'll have you out of there soon, Gideon. I do appreciate what you and Mr. Wright doing. Think nothing of it. Now, we have some more questions. Yeah, sorry. I know this isn't fun. So, what did you think of the mess of a trial? So what did you think of the trial? You sure do like to shout a lot, Mr. Wright. What can I say? It's just a part of my charm! Oh god, that really peaked on the audio. I probably woke up the neighbours too. Well, it's nearly midday, so if they're not awake by now, That's one way to do it. I just know how you shout objection and hold it in everyday conversation. I do not. You shouted objection when we were questioning Mr. Jer in his shop, if I recall. That's not everyday conversation. But it wasn't in court either. Well, damn. It's just habit, alright? Uh-huh. Well, either way, hopefully tomorrow we'll clear all this up. Who do you think did this? Who'd want to hurt Mr. Hobbs? I've lost his voice. Who'd want to hurt Mr. Hobbs? We'll find out soon enough. We'd better, anyway. So, remember anything new? Have you remembered anything else that can be of help to us? I'm going to take that as a no. Yep. Nope. Nope. I'm sorry, Mr. Rat, I just don't have anything else that can help. I mean, nothing? Not even a little bit? Nope. Damn it. Oh, now what? Beats me. We personally already know his motive would lead him not to commit the crime. As for the actual attacker, we don't have any leads. Ugh. We could go back to Bunny Burrow. Oh, but we don't know what we'd be looking for. Great, now what do we do? No, that's a very good question. Anything worth presenting? No, not really. Not from the looks of it. There was nothing new presented in that case. During the trial, which I could potentially show to him to jog his memory, but... So, nothing helpful here, I don't think. Okay, well, I guess just move on and hope for the best. Apartment? Nick and Judy's apartment, August 7th, 3:50. Anyone here? Anybody home? I'm at a complete loss here. We've got no leads to go off of, and we're running blind. I suppose we could head back to Bunny Burrow. But what for? Without leads, this journey may end up being a waste of time. Oh, this is not good for us. Are you alright, Phoenix? You're looking a little pale and sickly. Yeah, I'm fine. This is just the way humans normally look. Thank you. To be fair, you're not used to seeing humans, so I'll let it pass. Well, I say this is the way humans normally look. This is the way this particular human normally looks. Moving swiftly on, before that goes any deeper. Just thinking. Any new ideas? Afraid not. Great. Oh, we've got to think of something. Anything soon. Oh, dead friends. That's always helpful. Oh god, I don't have a voice for her at all. Need some divine intervention? How do I do that? Yeah! Yeah! Oh no! What? Just throwing every possible reaction sound. Oh, calm down, Phoenix. You'll give yourself a heart attack. But Phoenix, just shut up and listen. Gee, thanks, Chief. You need a lead, right? Bunny Burrow. Find someone by the name of Moosebridge. He shall be of assistance in the pursuit of the truth. Thanks, dead friends. It's always nice to have dead friends who are helpful. It's not nice to have dead friends, full stop, but dead friends who are helpful. I mean, if they're dead in the first place, then they might as well be helpful, but it's not good to have dead friends. Obviously, that's not fun for anyone involved, I'd imagine. If you think that's fun, perhaps you're a little sick in the head. I'm just going to throw that out there. Maybe seek professional help. Not me, obviously. I'm just some crazy guy who talks to himself on the internet. Seek professional help. Someone who knows what they're talking about. How does she keep doing that? Phoenix? You look like you've just seen a yeah. Well. And what was that shout and stuttering? It doesn't matter. We need to get to Bunny Burrow. Find a guy named Moosebridge. Moosebridge? As in Peter Moosebridge? One of the anchors of ZNN? He's an anchor of ZNN, huh? Why him? And why in Bunny Burrow? I'm not sure yet, but I'd like to speak to him. Well, all right. Lead the way. Not like I've got any better ideas. Sorry that we had to pass through here. Why don't we have to go to the detention centre to get to the train station? Just to see his cute face and realise just how important it is that we get this information. Is that what it is? That makes sense, actually. We've really been back and forth from the station a lot, haven't we? At least all the trains are on the tracks now. Ugh. Yeah, good point. I hope I didn't just jinx myself. Come on, our train leaves soon. Not to mention constant 2-hour train rides. Ugh. I kind of like a long train ride. I like to use the time to listen to audiobooks. Because otherwise I just don't listen to them, because I'm busy doing other things in my life. I do like a long travel where I can just put my headphones in, listen to an audiobook or some music. It's relaxing, you know? I find it very chill. Unless I'm driving. Which would be terrifying, because I can't drive. Like, seriously. I did, back when I started college, for the Freshers Week, they had this, these people come in to warn you about drink driving and all that jazz. They had this, simulation thing set up. And, the idea is you drive once, normally, without being under the influence, and the second time is they put in an amount you might have drunk at a time, and then the simulation gets different depending on how drunk you are. The first time I did it, without the drink, so to speak, I accidentally hit a child. The second time, with the drink, I got a passing grade. As in, if I had been driving in a driving test, I would have passed. So, note to self, do not drive. And if you do it drunk, don't do that. Just quick PSA, don't drink and drive. You're a dickhead if you do. And possibly a dead dickhead if you do. So don't. Just throwing that one out there. Anyway, where were we? Oh, stop complaining, would you? I didn't say anything. You didn't need to. As everyone keeps saying in some form or another. Am I really that easily readable? Yes. I mean, I'm literally sat here reading you. Literally. So, yes. Oh, lucky me. Oh, God. I hope he can read my disgust for him. Mr. Wright. Mr. Savage is still on the case, I take it. I could ask the same thing. You are quite tenacious, Sean Connery, and just don't know when to give up. Thank you. That wasn't a compliment. The thing is, if it's from a dickhead, it should be taken as a compliment. Quite the opposite. I find you to be an irritant. Good. You know, who was it who said you can judge a man's character by his enemies? Was it Winston Churchill? I get the feeling it's Winston Churchill. I'm probably wrong, but still. So basically, if you find me annoying, that's probably a good thing in my books. Just saying. Oh, what pissed this guy off? Oh, the fact that you've foiled all his plans to cause dissent between predator and prey, perhaps? Or perhaps he just had a particularly bad veggie burrito, and now he's a little gassy and really just wants to go to the toilet, but knows that if he had just walked past, we would have recognised him and we'd have thought, oh, he's just ignoring us, what a dickhead. And so obviously, to make sure he doesn't end up in that little social faux pas, he's come here to have a chat with us before he goes off and has a wicked dump. Like half his body weight, which isn't much for a person when you think about it, because he's so much smaller, but for him, it's huge. And you know how rabbits poop? They're tiny little pellets. It's just tons and tons of... I'm going to stop. Just move on. Now, do you have any business with me? You came up to us. Well, not as far as I know. Actually, maybe I should ask him about that piece of evidence. It's about high time he explained himself, I think. Actually, hold on a moment. What is it, Wright? Dun dun dun. I wonder if perhaps he means this piece of evidence. I probably shouldn't show him the pen. He might be annoyed that I recorded him, but still, I should at least ask him about what he said. You obviously have a question on your mind, Mr. Wright. Just come out with it instead of staring at me all day. Right, sorry. I've just been thinking about what you said. What I said. Predators and prey are together, unnatural. What about it? Well, you seem pretty invested in these predator versus prey incidents. I mean, you didn't do a thing to investigate the fire of Rodentia, but now? What are you asking me, Mr. Wright? I'm just wondering. Are you sure your personal views have nothing to do with your investigations? Oh boy. Wait, I can't see anything. The screen's just black. Oh, Christ. That's a lot of black locks. What? Those locks feel cold. It's sending shivers down my spine. It feels like a warning. A warning to stay away. Almost like these locks shouldn't be opened. Mr. Wright, what are you gawping at? You, haven't answered my question. I told you before, I keep my personal opinions separate from my work. I've lost his voice, it's changed into someone else's. Sean Connery. I do not let them interfere. Not from what I can see. What lies within your heart, Jack Savage? Mr. Wright? It's nothing. Sorry I asked. Oh, what was that about? It was creepy. What are you trying to tell me, Magatama? If there's nothing else. Yeah, you get all that, Judy? Just want to be sure that you understand that this guy's a bit of a dick. Because I don't want to be the only one saying it. Because I'm pretty sure he is. Let's get out of here. I don't like talking to him. Mostly because I can't do the voice. I can't do any of the voices. Who am I kidding? Alright, we're here. Now, time to find Moosebridge. Oh god. Moosebridge is going to be another voice I have to do. Okay. This should be fine. Oh, the festival should still be going on. Yeah, it lasts a week, right? Right. Let's try not to disturb it more than it already has been. Kinda wish we were doing that rather than all of this. Oh, you and me both, Phoenix. Yeah. Come on, let's get moving. I mean, if this if the start of this case happened on the first day, and trials have to be... sorry, a bit tired. And trials have to be about 3 days long, as they are in the Phoenix Wright games. It might be different in Zootopia, sure, but assuming they aren't different, we might still have time to enjoy the festival once it's all done and dusted. So let's get this over with. Hang on. Oh, what is it? Doesn't that guy over there seem familiar to you? Oh, you mean... Well, I should. Oh, Mr. Koala Bell, what are you doing here? Need you even ask? The news story, right? That's me. I take it that is going well? You threw a curveball in, but I will have my headline of Savage Fox, guilty of attempted murder yet. I hope not. Oh, the trial is still ongoing, Mr. Koala Bell. Yeah, whatever. But enough about me. You're investigating, I would assume. Yeah, we're looking for Peter Moosebridge. Can you help with that? Oh boy, here we go. Find him yourself. Oh, there was a lot of venom in that statement. Definitely bad blood between the two. Anyway. Oh god, do I have to talk to him? I probably should. So, Peter Moosebridge. You don't like Peter Moosebridge all that much, do you? Pah! That third-rate so-called anchor? No, I do not. Why is that exactly? Didn't I already say? He is a third-rate idiot, nothing more. News anchor. Ptew. So the reason you hate him is he's the news anchor. Because he's the news anchor instead of you, right? That's one way of putting it. I've made it my life's work to strive forth and do whatever it takes to succeed in this career. Including a complete lack of dignity, complete willingness to just gloss over the truth as long as it makes an interesting headline. Yeah, I know your sort. Piss off. I was up for a promotion. I could have been the anchor the station needs and deserves. But instead, he got the job. Hang on a minute. If I remember correctly, when they were making Zootopia, they had the news anchor was different in each country. Wasn't the Australian version of Zootopia? Wasn't he the anchor? Maybe you should move to Australia. I'm sure you could get a job there as an anchor, perhaps. Actually, maybe don't be an anchor, because I really don't trust your journalistic skills. Well, your journalistic skills might be just fine. It's your journalistic integrity that I'm more concerned with. And yet I'm superior to him in every way. Moosebridge is an idiot. He got the job of ZNN anchor, yet he got the job of ZNN anchor over me. David's testimony added to the court record. But not superior in attitude, it would seem. To be fair, we haven't met Moosebridge, but it's not exactly a high bar he's got to jump. Yeah, it's a real wonder why you didn't get the job. If I can crack this huge story, I can prove I'm better. He will regret the day he messed with me. Aha. He didn't really mess with you, did he, though? He just got the job. Unless he did mess with you, in which case that was a dick move, but still. You've come across as a bit of a dick so far in it as well, so good luck with that. Moving on. Yes, indeed. So why were you there? I must ask, why were you at the festival that day? We've been over this, lawyer. I was reporting on the festival, and trying to interview Gazelle. Which you messed up, I might add. Oh, I see. Which you messed up, I might add. I thought that was me saying it to him. Because to be like, hey, you fucked up. But no, it's him talking to me. But was that the real reason? What do you mean? You said you took that photograph when you came across the scene, and that you steadied yourself, which is why the photograph is so clear. But I still stand by my own theory. Mr. Koala Bell, did you know what was going to happen that day? Oh yeah, locks to break. Not the creepy kind that holds a heart's darkest evil. Just normal, not very nice locks. You have an active imagination, you know that. And you have a habit of lying, you know that? I was here for Gazelle and the festival, nothing more. Now, are you done wasting my time? Phoenix? He's lying and we need to get the truth out of him. And see how much he really knows. Well, I have no evidence right now, so... moving on to Belly Burrow. Away! I think I got 6 hours sleep last night, which normally is enough for me, but it's still going to make me yawn. Belly Burrow, August 7th, 6:50 PM. Great prizes. Yay! Oh, looking at all of this, you'd think nothing happened. People can be resilient when they want to be. Oh, so we're looking for a moose. Yeah, speaking of resilient, I did snap my shin bone in half at a festival once. I was much younger, of course, I don't know, 12-ish, around that sort of age. I was on a bouncy castle. I had jumped at the exact same time everyone else had landed, which apparently was enough force to dislocate my leg. I landed, it relocated, split the shin bone and tore a ligament. That was fun. Like, I'm so resilient, a bouncy castle beat me, broke my leg. What the fuck is up with that? Thing is, we went to the same festival the next year, and my brother ended up falling off a mountain biking course, but he'd fallen in such a way that the brake lever had pierced his leg, an inch into his leg, like a few centimetres to the left or right, and that could have been a lot worse. But still, suffice to say, that was, I think, the last time we ever went to that festival. It just does not end well for us. It's mostly bunnies here, so he shouldn't be too hard to find. In theory. Oh, there he is, never mind. Oh god, a voice for him.
Excuse me, coming through.
Hey, hold it a moment. Are you by chance Mr. Peter Moosebridge?
I am pleased to meet you, Mr.
Wright, Phoenix Wright.
The lawyer. And I see Miss Judy Hopps is with you.
Hi there. We have a few things we'd like to ask you.
About the trial of Gideon Grey, I would assume. I'm here for that story myself. I still go out into the field with a story big enough.
Not content with always being behind a desk, huh? Anyway, let's get to the questioning bit. Yeah, I think that's a good voice for him. That'll do. So, tell me about yourself, Mr. Moosebridge. So, tell me a little about yourself.
Well, I was a reporter until about 2 years ago, when I got promoted to the host of CNN. I had some tough competition for the role.
Oh?
That one. Onkado Bonchar, Michael Tenura, and a panda fellow whose name eludes me.
I see, it's a reference to the fact that the Zootopia team in different countries had different presenters. Nice, I like it.
Of course, I was David Carabao. But I got the job in the end, and I get along with my co-host, Fabrine Growley.
Fabrine? She's the snow leopard, right?
She sits next to me every single day on the news. You can't really miss her.
You enjoy the job, then?
Well, for the most part, yes. But of course, there are always some more morbid stories like this one.
Tell me about it. Oh, this is just another day for me. Yeah, that's really depressing. It's depressing when you get used to this kind of thing. Like, you get used to it, and then you're just going about normally, and then you hear about it, you're like, oh, I'm used to this by now, and then it just hits you like, oh god, I'm used to this. Shit. Anyway, the trial, what did you think? Any thoughts on the trial?
It certainly made the headlines, I can tell you that much. I'm curious to see where it goes from here.
You think my client is guilty?
Well, that's not my place to decide.
I like that. That is good journalism. Waiting for the facts and not just deciding for yourself and then... What was it Sherlock once said?
It's a huge mistake to theorize before one has data. Inevitably, one begins to twist facts to suit theories instead of theories to suit facts.
Yeah, that thing. It's important. I really hope I actually managed to find the clip for that, otherwise I'm going to sound like an idiot.
We'll find out tomorrow, one way or the other.
True enough. Tomorrow it might also be postponed again. Possibly. Possibly not. Anyway, what can you tell me about Mr. Koala Bell? I've had a run-in with David Koala Bell.
Well, he didn't give you too much trouble, I hope.
Just a little.
He's not easy to get along with, that's for sure. Hates me for getting the position of anchor over him.
I noticed. I first ran into him when he was badgering Gazelle, and then he took that photograph.
Yes, I still need to have a word with him about that.
A word with him?
We can't go off pursuing his own stories when he already has an assignment. He'd need to get run over me. It's getting beyond ridiculous.
Hold on, are you saying he wasn't meant to be in Bunny Burrow that day?
He wasn't. He was meant to be on an assignment back in Zootopia. Take a look for yourself.
Assignment list added to court record. Thank you.
I'm honestly not sure why he felt the need to report on the festival. But it happens every year, it's hardly breaking news.
I think we know why, don't we, Phoenix? Yeah, we do. The evidence is mounting. I think my theory is shaping up nicely. Thanks for the tip, Mia. Thank you indeed. And we'll continue down this path of hopefully finding more evidence in the next episode. And I'll see you all then. Bye-bye.